Hi. Today's reading for Maundy Thursday obviously covers the foot washing, and the reading is John 13, 1 to 17, and then 31 to 35. And again, I want to concentrate on the last few verses of that particular passage, which is something I touched on yesterday. But this is hopefully slightly different. We're well aware of Jesus' commandment to love one another as he has loved us and been loved by his Father, so we should show that love to other people. And I suspect that what Jesus is trying to get across is that love is the litmus test of how we witness our faith to the people around us. Our love for each other is how the world will know who we are and whose we are. Our love for each other is how the world will see, taste, touch, hear and find Jesus. It's through our love that we will embody Jesus and make Jesus relatable, possible, plausible to a world that is all too sadly affected and caught up in this global pandemic. It's a tough love, and it shakes me to the core. As somebody mentioned yesterday in a reply to my particular video, it's hard loving everyone, loving one another, with people, or with certain people anyway. What Jesus seems to be saying is that if we fail to love one another, the world we won't know, and what it needs to know about God, or the world won't know and what it needs to know about God. And in the terrible absence of that knowing, it will believe anything it wants to except a belief in a loving God. And I suspect that that is not what God wants. By not loving one another, we make the whole Jesus thing a sham. And there's really no transformative power in the resurrection. By not loving one another, we mean that God is angry, a vindictive parent, somebody only determined to shame and punish his children. By not loving one another, we condemn the universe as being a cold, meaningless place, not governed by any love. By not loving one another, we say that the church is a flawed and hypocritical institution, which indeed it might be, given the things that have gone on in recent years and just creeping out into the open. But the church should be Christ's living, breathing, healing body on earth. And again, there are churches that do witness to that. Such is the power we yield in our decisions to love or not love. Such is the responsibility we shoulder whether we want to or not. But here's our saving grace. Jesus didn't leave us alone and bereft. We are not directionless in the wilderness. He gives us a roadmap, a clear and beautiful way forward, as I have loved you. Follow my example, he says. Do what I do, love as I love, live as you have seen me live. Weep with those who weep, laugh with those who laugh, touch the untouchables, feed the hungry, welcome the child, release the captive, forgive the sinner, confront the oppressor, comfort the oppressed, wash each other's feet, hold each other close, tell each other the truth, guide each other home. In other words, Jesus' commandment to us is not that we should wear ourselves out, trying to conjure love from our own easily depleted resources. Rather, it's that we're invited to abide in the holy place where all love originates. We can make our home in Jesus' love, the most abundant and inexhaustible love in existence. Our love is not our own, it is God's, and God, our source, is without limit, without end. There are no parched places God will not drench if we ask. So as we have seen, love being witnessed to all over this land and in the world. Love one another as I have loved you, he says, for our own sake and for the world's, and for heaven's sake, let love win. Amen.